House painting on Liberty Road. Of all the old houses still standing, blurred, alligatored, crumbling on the outskirts of my memory, when even weather beater paint from Sears guaranteed to capture, transform, and process the flow of sun and weather through 1996. Whatever I knew about that one's last occupants, friends of my grandfather, preaching apocalypse, matter chaos, and heat death, I heard in their hallelujahs and amens over my paint-spattered radio playing the Stones' Gimme Shelter. Of all the ladders I raised, under open cornices and brackets, my weight a bouncing pressure on the rungs, angled against the rock garden wall and buckled German siding. Whatever I learned about the poor people who lived in such a ruin, I glossed over while perched between my myth of home and their New Jerusalem, an anchorite wedged into the cliff face of the second story, scraping and painting the palimpsest of a 20s craftsman, dissipated and diffused to its most disordered state. I was always taken in by the work, on the ladder, scraping down to old-growth oak, brushing on the hillbilly chrome of polymer paint, rather than the nothing that seemed to happen below me in the hardscrabble of their life. Of 60-year-old paint flake storms and blinding fogs of space-age spray rising over the mast of that reef-wrecked vessel. Even as sea hags and backwoods teasers stood at the kitchen screen door and plied me with cheerwine and Mountain Dew. Whatever life on the ladder I had was compromised as I leaned into the pock-marked skin of that collapsing organism, smelling its sour sweat and foul breath, calculating the exponential growth of its wasp population, whose vespiaries in the eaves swelled to the size of sunflower heads. Even a solitary life on the ladder brought windows around occasionally for me to trim, filled with candlelight panes of bubbled glass. I imagined I looked into a darkened room and saw a cradle built like the house in miniature, and the child's sleeping face showed a perfect peace. But what I really saw was a dirty toddler in sagging diapers, part Cherokee, part black, standing in a cat box, crying for her life.